What's up, YouTube? I am back with another review today. Today is going to be the Predator animated movie that came out called Predator Killer of Killers. It is an animated movie that nobody expected out of the Predator franchise, but it's done very well. I will give my flowers to the animators, to everyone involved. It was stunningly beautiful. Different approach this time was it is three predators in three different times, in different time periods, I'll say that. One was the Viking era, and one was the Samurai era, and the other is a World War, I want to say 1941, I believe. I don't know my time very well. So if I get that wrong, I apologize. I am terrible. But start off with the positives. Animation's great. Stories were very well done. Fast for my liking, but they did the job. They are meant to just tell three different stories, so some corners had to be cut, so I'm not mad at that. The kills in this movie were just perfect for a Predator movie. Predators are just here for blood, man. They are hunting. They are not messing around when it comes to killing these guys. I think the best Predator was the I want to say the called the samurai one, where he takes on samurais. He does not mess around. He was out for blood. So the Viking one, he was the same way, but I felt like his death was a little stupid in a way. But the Viking lady put up a fight. But jump ahead. Let's start from each genre. So the movie starts off with Viking lady who has a son. She's training him to become a warrior. We learn of her backstory that she's hunting a guy that killed her dad in the past, even though because she had to. It's honor. It's a Viking's honor. Um, well told, the son was not a little sissy. He was a genuine kid. Actually held his own. I will give him that. He was a scrappy little dude. Again, the animation to this movie was just over the top. Like, it's just so good. Like, I have no bad things about the animation. The expressions to the movements to the fighting, like students will start cutting corners and start cutting a lot. Not this one. This one did very well. Like, it looked like a John Wick movie with the fighting and the way she held her own with the shield, the way the spears and everything was fought. I mean, she was handling the shields. Oh, elite level fighting. If I could see that in live action, I would love to see that. She finds the guy, kills him. Actually, no, I think the predator kills him. Correction, I'm so sorry. The son kills him. I guess it was just more or less he just wanted to have her at peace, and he gets the job done. But that didn't when the predator attacks because it was stalking them, so they kept the aspect of the predator stalking. I like that. I like the visual side of the predators seeing in infrared. Makes it just the heartbeat noises, the heart or the heat signatures always look so good. So kudos to the animators for making that look so good. So they ends up fighting the predator. The predator ends up hurting the son, but in a sense that gets him killed, which is fitting. Is what happens. He ends up killing him in like the craziest way ever. Good way that kind of fits. Predators have to die in such a sick way for them to, that they can't be killed. So she defeats him, and she is called the Shield. So that's the Viking lady. We jump to where two brothers were, loving, doing what they were doing, just chilling, the river. The coolest thing about this part of the movie is that the entire Japanese segment had no talking till the end. So that made it so much more interesting that, dialogue was said. It was more or less just fighting and, predator stalking the brothers. Well, so to emphasize what happens, the father is, an honor that they have to, the brothers has to take the mantle of the throne and become the next samurai, which makes sense for that sense of the time period. Told to fight again. They weren't talking. He just threw swords at him and said they're gonna fight. And of course, as a kid, when you grow up in that era, you're gonna know you have to fight. Well, the main brother doesn't want to do it, but the other brother does. Scares him off, doesn't kill him. He more or less cuts him, and then the brother runs off. 20 years pass. The father has just passed away. So, moves. The brother's about to take the mantle, rings the bell to tell everyone that the father has passed. Well, the main brother gets the invitation and says, "You know what? It's time to go fight my brother." So he heads to him, very ninja like. It is now. He is a ninja esque way. He has a bunch of spears, a very cool grapple, a sword, miniature sword to help with the battle. He does very sneakily try to get to his brother. He almost got to him, but they alerted the people, and he gets not captured, but the brother knows that something's wrong. So he gets prepared, but the brother's moving in pretty quick, and the main brother almost sees the predator, but he almost got caught by the guards, so he had to attack them, and the predator starts following him and follows him to the brother. And the brother's like has any armor on, to where the brother's like has him dead to rights. He could actually kill him if he really wanted to. Start fighting in the most epic way ever, to where it looks like the main brother's gonna win, and it's very close. It was a good fight sequence. Again, very well animated. Animators are stepping up in the coming years. They're not messing around. I think ever since Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, animation has really upped the ante for a lot of outside of Disney animators, to where they're not relying on a lot. They are doing their best and innovate animation perfection in my eyes. So the brother doesn't kick the brother off. The brother falls off of the I want to say like I think it was like a building. I can't really say it. I want to say an awning in a way. So he falls. The brother thinks he's dead. He's like, all right, well, I guess there's nothing else for me. The brother was about to walk away, has a flashback of his father, kind of mean. Well, the predator starts to attack him, and the brother's like, what the hell? Runs off. Predator's now killing the guards, because the guards are just going after whoever's right there. And the predator kills these guys. Like, he doesn't mess around when it comes to killing these guys. He is straight up murdering these guys. Like, a cool ass spear that detached a guy halfway through. It was just so sick. And it was very well edited, very well shot. Brother gets away far too. He got pretty far. There's a cool sequence of it, kind of the first Predator movie, where Dutch hid under a tree and the Predator walks over him. Well, the Predator kind of that because he's hanging off a building and just stabs him right in the foot. And I was like, dang, that had to hurt. But falls off into a river, and he knows that the Predator's still hunting him, so he can't go anywhere. Well, the brother washes up and tries to attack him, and he tells him, wait. Well, he doesn't say anything. Again, there's no dialogue in this part. So he just waves his hand and says, wait, there's something here. And the predator comes out, and the brother's like, in the hell is this? And they continue to fight the predator. The brother gets cut, and the other one fights. And even when the brother was cut, he still wanted to help his brother, their main brother. And they end up fighting, and it was kind of a cool sequence, to where the predator went invisible for a second, and they knew he wasn't dead. And it looked like, from our angle, it looked like the guys were about to fight each other again. I was like, oh shit, they're not done with family business. Has to end to them fighting each other to the death. No, they did what they did when they were kids. They hit the sticks together, cut the predator down in a sick sense. So that is kind of the end. I won't spoil much of it, but this is pretty much the end of the samurai era. So now we're in the pilot era. So this pilot is a well-known pilot, or not a well-known pilot. He's kind of a mechanic, wannabe pilot. So he kind of on his luck. He gets drafted because, again, in World War I, World War II, they were drafted no matter what. So he becomes a pilot, and he just is he's a cool dude. I think this one was my least favorite because he got away with a lot of stuff that I didn't like. And again, the animation is well shot for him to fly, and for what the predator does to fight this guy is pretty cool. But like, it doesn't do anything for me. It's more or less he just got away with a lot of stuff. Still, Predator, in a ship, and hunts down the pilots, because these pilots are really well, they have really well certified with their stuff. So of course the predator's gonna hunt them down. Well, he's down on his luck. He can't fix a ship, and his captain tells him he needs to fix a ship. A lot of pilots are coming back, like their stuff being damaged. They're looking rough. They're saying that something's in the sky, but of course, they're not listening to him unless they really want to. So the main squad goes out to hunt down this new threat. They think it's whoever they're fighting at the time. They're doing it, but they're not. It's the Predator. It's hunting them. The guy finds an alien artifact on the ship. It is controlled to take out their engines, and the guy has to go warn them. Had his own plane, goes out there and does it. The whole sequence was, again, just well done. The Predator design for this one was pretty sick. I do like how this one did have the dreads, and I kind of like different style for a Predator. I like each one is always different. We're not on the same style of a Predator. Almost every Predator has been different, from the feral Predator to Prey, the very aggressive ones from Predators, the city from Predator 2. They've all been different. They're all very unique, and they're all going to hunt differently, and it shows. It's a lot with how each Predator is well made, and I like that. Again, with this one, he's a pilot, and this was really aggressive. Like, he didn't play around. When a plane got out of his line of sight, ooh, boy, them growls did sound aggressive. It was very good, like, type one. But it just felt like, I don't know, this one just kind of felt like a little, kind of messed up. This Predator has a very unique, like he can blast these fools out of the sky, and he kind of does. Just found that one kind of messed up, because it's like, this one doesn't seem right. Like, yeah, in the Prey, yeah, of course it's going to be a girl that has to overcome the odds of, overcoming with advanced technology and stuff. But this one just didn't feel right to me. This one just felt like, why? Why are you fighting this thing like this? Like, you could do a lot better. But, I'm not animators. I'm not the storytellers. They picked the story. I just watched it. It was still good. Again, the dogfight was good, but it just didn't feel right to me. This Predator could have ended it all, and it should have. Like, I think it should have actually been one of them actually dying. But I get, they had a good third act. But, so, again, the whole squad dies. The main actor, or the main guy, will live. Overall, this one fell for me, because it's just like, he got out of a lot of shit that he shouldn't have. But, again, the animators, they did what they could, and, for what it was, it's just a story that I didn't care for. That's one of my gripes about this one, is that he really wasn't a character that I really fell for, because, again, he got out of a lot of stuff, even towards the third act. So, with all this, all three have been captured by the Predators. I guess the lore is now that the Predators kill one, the main ones will start capturing you for their own personal being. This one being the king of this planet. He takes them and captures them, and he puts them in a battle arena, which I like personally, because that's, again, showing that these are great hunters, and they're going to be killed regardless of what they are. So the third act is the King Predator has them fight each other, and this language barrier is what made it so much better, because one speaks just Japanese, the other one speaks in Norse mythology type Viking era, so she doesn't understand English whatsoever. She never will. And again, the main guy, or the pilot guy, only speaks American. So it was to watch them go at it, and the main guy's just trying to tell him, hey, we can work this out. And the Viking lady was just all for it. She's like, I don't care if I die right now. I'm going to win this, and you guys aren't going to stop me. So the Japanese guy understands the pilot. I guess the pilot took Japanese, which is pretty cool. Again, military, you have to learn different languages to become a better fighter and all that. So it made sense for him to understand Japanese. But the Japanese guy was, on his, like, hey, we do work through this. I'm not fight this. It is it goes his pretty much standard. He's not do it. He was to help the American, and that was pretty cool. The was just straight beating the shit out of everyone. They ended up almost getting away. So they get to the king, and the king is just mollywhopping these guys. Like, he is, again, this is why King Predators or the leaders of the predators that become these type of guys are very, 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 because seeing one in action is what I've always wanted to see, even as a kid. When one was Predators 2, and then in Alien versus Predator we saw King with that spear gave it to that one girl that survived against the alien queen. It made it so much better to know, like, hey, what do you guys have to do to get this? And this guy's design for the King Predator was elite. Like, I would fear this guy if he walked up to me, and I would just be like, I'll do whatever you say, man. You want me to go kill someone? I'll do it. I am not afraid. So the way it is he just beats the living snot out of the two. The guy's trying to get out of there. Well, they get the ship. They're able to get on the ship. They harpoon it. The Predators do, and the Viking girl says, "Don't avenge me. I'm gonna go stop them to get that thing off of the ship, so you guys can escape." And so she goes and does it. Tells the king, "You've lost with all your stuff and everything. You're not gonna beat us. They're gonna get away." That was your first mistake. Never tell a predator that they lost, because in all reality, the predators never lose. In my sense, they will hunt you down to the end of the earth if they have to, and that's what he does. He tells the other predators, go hunt them, and they do. Like, I want to say almost like 50 ships after that ship. I was like, there's no way these guys make it. So on to spoiler territory. The ending of the Viking one, the son dies. She was heartbroken. She couldn't hit. I don't know how the predators captured her. I gotta know she didn't go down without a fight, though, so they pretty much messed her up. The other guy, I don't know how he got captured either, but his brother did die too. So it made how they probably would have captured him. He was probably just broken, and they probably had his opportunity to get him. So that kind of makes sense. The pilot guy was at his shop and got caught that one. The ending of the movie, the Viking lady gets frozen, and it shows a whole bunch of stuff that's been captured by the predators. A bunch of different versions of people, aliens. I want to say, like, the big was Naru from Prey was captured and held in one of the things. So that shows that the predators came back for her and took her. And now everyone's speculation is Dutch in there? Is the guy from Predators in there? I don't think Danny Glover's character's in there, because they gave him a gun and then they took off. But that also makes me believe that he did go there because the gun is there. And I don't know what time period this is set in. If it's still in 1941, because the gun makes an appearance at the end of the movie. The kid uses it, and that I just don't know where it's going to be set in. I don't think anybody knows. So I'm wondering if this is before Dutch and the other guy. It'd be pretty cool for them to tie everything together finally. I hope explains a lot, because there's a lot that could be explored here. Again, Disney and Fox merger. Fox has kind of grown Predator and the Alien franchise. I will do a full review on Alien Earth that comes out here soon for that TV show. It looks really good. Alien Romulus was a smash hit. It was very well made. They're connecting with Alien and Predator I hope to make a good Alien versus Predator movie down the line. I think this franchise has the potential to become good again, like how Predator 2, Predators, Alien vs. Predator 1 is still, in my eyes, a good movie. Now, there's some stinkers. Alien vs. Predator Requiem, and then you got Predator, or The Predator from 2018, 2019. Ever since, everything's been looking good. I pray for what it was. It was a girl that, most people, it's the typical female antagonist that's going to be overpowered. No, I think even she got some licks in. She got beat up. She had to learn about the Predator, which Dutch did. It's still a good movie. This movie, a 9 out of 10 in my eyes. Again, the only one that fell short for me was the pilot. Not a story that I cared for, but the Samurai was my top favorite. The Viking one was the second. All characters well done. I can't wait to see what they do more with this. This movie was overall great. I have no other words but keep going. Fox with this, revival Predator franchise, and hope the Alien franchise is getting a good lick into. And you know, check it out. It's on Hulu. I'm excited for Predator Badlands and hope it connects with everything else that comes out in September, November, around that time. So be ready for a full review of that. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.